A lot of beginners are thinking that just starting with one fish pond is enough and can fetch them the success that they are going for or they need. What about if I told you that starting with just one pond is not enough? It is one of the biggest mistakes that can ruin your business. In fact, I just got this one pond installed. Earlier, I advised the client, as I always do. But one will be wondering, why am I saying this? Someone will be thinking that because if you are going to have two or more ponds, the installer, in other words, those of us who install it for you, we are going to make money. When we are advising clients, that's how they think. Unfortunately, that is not the reason. Let me give you this scenario. Some time back in my farm, I used to have two fish ponds in that farm, 1,000 capacity each. I woke up one day in one of the ponds, the fish were about 5 to 6 months ready for harvest. And I lost all the 1,000 fish in that pond simply because there was water crisis or we had water problems or water issues. We lost all the fish in that pond. It's a long story. I have another video titled The Saddest Moment in My Fish Farming. Check it out. I have given out everything about that incident. But what I want here is that we lost them. And assuming all the 2,000 fish were in that pond, it means that we have lost all the 2,000 fish. But fortunately on our part, because we split them into 1,000, we still have 1,000 in other pond left that supported or that quotient us. I'm sure you have deduced something from this scenario. Not only that, let's think of something. Fish, as they always in the pond, they don't grow in uniform. They grow in different sizes. Other fish growing bigger, whilst others growing smaller. You might be saying, there's no problem if they are not in uniform size. It has problems. Number one, cannibalism in terms of catfish will be higher. The fish will be eating each other. That one called cannibalism. The bigger ones will always attacking the smaller ones and consuming them. And that, I believe you will not want that because you are losing fish and losing money for that matter. Two, as they grow bigger and smaller, it is difficult to determine the type of feed to give your fish. If you are giving them bigger pelleted fish, the bigger fish can eat it alright, but the smaller fish cannot. And for that matter, they will always be growing smaller because they are malnourished or they don't get feed. If you're also giving them small feed, they will take, but you are also going to be punishing the bigger fish, as you will have difficulties also swallowing because their mouths are bigger than that. And also, it doesn't contain the right nutrient for them. Apart from this, even if you have uniform feed given them, the smaller fish are always afraid of the bigger fish. So during feeding process, you will find the smaller fish to be hiding somewhere, waiting for the bigger fish to get satisfied before they will come and eat. And that is why they will still keep growing smaller and the bigger ones keep growing bigger. It's a situation where the bigger fish are not able to eat and leave some for them, they will not eat that day. Even if you are practicing the right feeding method, that is the broadcast method, sometimes it can reach them. But better still, there's a problem there. So as I always recommend, starting with two or more ponds will help you because of sorting and because if there's any infection, you stand the chance of losing one pond and you can still have other ponds fresh. Also, imagine you're going to sell your fish. You have drained the water. The buyer needs bigger fish. You have bigger fish, you have smaller fish. With that time, you have to select the bigger fish. And it will be determined even, it is difficult to even determine the quantity that you have at that time. But if you have two or more ponds, while you sort them, and you know that this pond contains bigger fish that are weighing 1 kilogram or this kilogram, These are smaller, weighing these kilograms or these grams. Now a buyer is coming. The buyer specifies that he or she needs this size of fish. It is very easy. Take him or her to the pond that contains the size of fish that he needs, and you are boom, good to go. But everything miss up, imagine. And when you also select the bigger ones, you have stressed the smaller ones. And if you're not lucky, you're even going to lose some of them because of the stress. So please, it is not just about we as want to spend your money. No. And even if you are starting with two or more, it reduces the cost. For instance, we are installing fish pond and it has a lot of components. So the bulk price that we give for the complete setup, for instance, me myself, if you are going for more than one pond, some of the things I will just take them off from the additional ponds. For instance, we have mentorship for the pack as part of the package. So if you are going in for the mentorship for the more points, or just have mentorship for 1 point, and I will take off the rest, your cost will come down. Also, we have scooping net. This scooping net is very strong and durable. So because it is strong and durable, if you're going for more, I'll just give you one and I'll take the cost from the other ones. Therefore, the cost will reduce. So that is what we are telling you. So if you are going for more, it is you who will benefit more than any other person. So please, if you found value in this video, don't forget to like, subscribe to this channel. And my name is Abdulaziz Isa. What we do in this channel to share free farming tips based on experience and research. You can contact us to get your farm installed. You can check out our digital products, our courses, ebooks in the description. And we are always available for any consultancy, especially if you have any issues at your farm. We are there to support you. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.